I'm having a bad day.
Oh.
Why are you having a bad day? I'm also having a bad day.
I'm having a great day.
I'm having a bad day.
Why are you having a bad day?
Well, since you cared to ask, I went to
All right.
Chipotle. I went to Chipotle, Brian.
Yeah.
Brian, I'm talking to you now. And they wouldn't make my quesadilla.
They just refused to make you food? Out of food
No,
establishment?
I went up to the thing and I was like, "Hi, can I have a quesadilla with X, Y, and Z?" And they were like, "We don't do that anymore."
Do
and I was
what?
like,
Do quesadilla?
yeah,
Use X, Y,
quesadilla.
and Z.
Oh. They say no quesadilla anymore.
It was just the phrase "we don't do that anymore" that I was like, "What do you mean?"
Oh, we don't associate with quesadilla anymore.
I don't do that anymore. Listen to
You
me.
don't make delicious Tex-Mex cuisine anymore?
No.
Yeah.
Why not?
I mean, sometimes you just have to give up on the Tex-Mex.
Yeah, I didn't know if it was something I did because I did get banned from Qdoba at one point in time.
You got banned from Qdoba?
But
What the fuck?
yeah, I got banned. Yeah, I got banned from Qdoba.
Explain?
How does one... Well, I guess there are many ways to get banned from Qdoba.
There are
how did
many
it happen
ways.
To you?
Which way did you get banned from Qdoba?
Which
I don't know why you guys
adventure-
are making. I don't know why you guys are making such a big deal of this, but yes, I did get banned from Qdoba.
Which
Wait, are you
adventure
banned
did
from
you
all-
choose?
I only
Are
know
you-
I'm banned from one, but there
Okay.
might be a photo of me in every Qdoba, for all I know.
Spicy.
Well, there is, but that's just because you're like their patron saint.
Yeah.
But you're not allowed to come back.
Well, you know, I was. This
Nolan,
is a story
please
of
tell
betrayal.
me why.
At one point in time, there was the thing that they did called Taco Tuesday, and I was known on Taco Tuesday, and so you'd go in and it'd be $1 for every taco that you get, and so I would get sometimes six or seven tacos for a lunch on a Tuesday.
For
right?
a single lunch?
Yes, and so one afternoon I went back. I went, and they knew me, and I got 12 tacos, and then I came back. Then I came back, and the limit was 4. And then the week after that, I was not allowed in.
So you wait. So
They said you've had enough. Had enough.
The really interesting part of this to me is that there were steps. Like
Yes.
you got 12, and then they went, okay, clearly we must do something. So we will make it 4. And then you went and you got all 4, and they went, clearly this is still too much.
But if they're offering the deal, then why are they mad about it?
It's like a bluff. Like they don't believe anyone's gonna willingly do that to their own body.
Yeah, I think it was. They felt I was unreasonable.
That's incredible. Wow.
They were worried for your health and safety.
So not only were you 2-step banned from Qdoba, they ended an entire program.
Yes.
You ended a nationwide program.
Right. You ruined their promo.
Incredible.
Another thing about it that made it feel a little personal is most of the time when I would go with like 3 or 4 other friends, and they would also get 5, 6, 7 tacos when we were getting tacos. But
so you were
none of
cleaning
them got
out,
in trouble.
which is a problem.
None of them got any attitude about it.
Well, yeah,
Was
but you
it
were
your
clearly
attitude towards the tacos?
And I got banned.
You were clearly the ringleader, though. Like you were the one who was engineering this situation where they were getting rid of 37 tacos in one order. Can't do that.
We weren't paying together, but
You know what this makes me think of?
creepypastas.
Creepypastas.
That is what we're supposed to be talking about.
Creepypastas in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Because, boys, I have brought you a gift this day. It's a creepypasta called Lost Marvel Movie.
Amazing.
Did you do this for Brian and I specifically? Because you knew we would love this.
Because you knew that we've been searching for the Lost Marvel movie.
That in my, I'm elbows deep in the creepypastas at this point, and I'm just feeling around, and then I felt a little Marvel, and I started going down a rabbit hole, and it led me to this, which does say that it is part 1.
Oh. The beginnings of a universe.
All about a sequel.
Mm-hmm. It starts off with an editor's warning that says this creepypasta contains spoilers for Avengers Endgame. So that's your one warning, listeners.
If you're one of the 2 people on Earth that hasn't seen Avengers Endgame,
the promise of that spoiler alert is incredible.
Are you ready?
Absolutely.
Yeah, let's do this.
I need like noir piano and the smoky room and some rain in the background.
Nolan, quick, simulate it. Simulate it with your golden voice.
Ooh.
Oh, stop simulating it.
Hi.
That's better, actually.
My name is Cody Anderson, and I am a huge fan of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I know, sounds like a typical introduction, but it is the truth. Nolan, I'm so distracted.
The trumpet just keeps getting louder, drowning out the voice.
I've been a fan of the MCU. I'm never gonna get through this.
Go. It's good.
I've been a fan of the MCU ever since it all began. Hell, I was a fan of Marvel comics in general, and if anything, the movies took my appreciation for Marvel to brand new heights. Mm-hmm. I was 10 years old when Iron Man, the very first film in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, was released.
Yo, me too.
Ever since the scene at the end where Nick Fury said he wanted to talk to Tony Stark about the Avengers Initiative, I was thrilled. We could be seeing the comics coming to life in a giant Avengers movie, and that's exactly what happened.
Nowadays, I don't like that I identify with this person.
I don't like that I wrote this.
I don't like that they're acting like we don't know what people know what the MCU is.
Let me explain to you why the MCU is cool.
Nowadays, the MCU has grown to new heights where films like Avengers Endgame have grossed record-breaking numbers. Like, duh, we know that.
Yep.
Anyway.
Yep.
But anyways, that's the way that the next paragraph starts. Here's where the story begins. One day...
Oh, here's where the story begins.
Yeah, not in the first paragraph.
No, that was fucking nothing.
One day, I was driving from the University of California, Berkeley, the college I go to, in parentheses.
Okay.
God, these people are always so specific.
Yeah.
To my local AMC theater because of the Avengers Endgame re-release, adding additional footage to the movie after the credits. Although I've already seen the film multiple times.
Yeah, okay.
That was me as well.
And after I got my tickets and went into the room playing the movie, I was surrounded by a bunch of people. That's the weirdest sentence.
Okay, wait, hold on.
Wait, side note. Do y'all know how many times I saw Avengers Endgame in theaters?
I'm scared to know.
Was it equal to the number of Qdoba tacos you get in one sitting?
It was very close.
I would say 4 to 5.
Oh, higher.
I'm gonna say 9.
Higher.
What?
Nolan, that's expensive.
I saw it 11 times.
11 times.
Nolan, that's so expensive.
I didn't have anything else to do at the time.
That's like minimum $110 you're spending on Avengers Endgame.
That's 33 hours of content.
No.
Anyway, as the story was going,
that's a far creepier pasta, I would say.
Yeah, Nolan's irrational spending habits on MCU films. After the credits and the 6 minutes of bonus footage, everyone got up and left the theater as soon as the lights turned on. The bonus footage was pretty cool.
No, it was not. It was really disappointing.
It was just a clip of the Hulk saving people before reuniting back with the Avengers. Another clip that was sort of a sneak peek of Spider-Man Far From Home, and a pretty sad Stan Lee tribute. And other things, just in a review.
I like this review of the special edition of that game.
It was pretty disappointing.
Yeah, it's not great. It's fine. It's fine.
I was trying to clean up all of my stuff since I brought quite a couple things with me. Okay. After 1 minute, the music suddenly stopped playing and the lights faded out. I was quite curious because the movie was clearly over. But what was even more confusing was when sound started playing.
Hi, I'm Melissa Menounos.
Oh my god. Eventually, the picture came on and showed the older Marvel Studios logo, the one from 2008. I was more confused than ever. Did they leave this in as extra bonus footage?
Did they accidentally start playing New Mutants?
I just like that in this universe, there is no movie theater attendant that comes in and like sweeps and shit. It's just this guy.
Also, is the idea that maybe I missed it? Are they the only person in the theater now? Or are they the last one? Okay,
everybody left. He had too many things. Yes, so everybody left. He had too many things. He was gathering his things.
Okay,
this is what I wanted. This is what I wanted to happen to me after every 11 of all the 11 times that I went and saw this movie.
Right, and he had
one
to
time
pick
was
up...
with Brian.
That's true. Yeah. No, he had to. I'm pretty sure he just had to pick up all 12 to 16 of his tacos that had strewn across the floor.
Or all of the Blu-rays of the other Marvel movies that he brought with him.
Just in case they were down to play a couple more after.
Right, yeah.
I was more confused than ever. Did they leave this as extra bonus footage? Was this just inserted after everything to test the patience of the audience? Anyways, after the logo.
Okay, it's like 4 seconds long, but alright.
Anyways, after the logo, it cut to a text saying, in caps, lost footage of Untitled Marvel Movie 2007.
2007?
2007?
Okay.
Ooh.
All right.
Spicy. Then after that, it showed the Avengers headquarters, only it was the one shown at the end of the 2012 Avengers movies and not the newer one. It showed Steve Rogers, Natasha Romanoff, and Clint Barton.
Clip Barson.
Clint Barton.
This is before they cast Jeremy Renner.
Right.
Sitting down, but all three of them were super depressed.
So Endgame.
That sounds like actually really all 4 of them.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
Steve said, I can't believe I let go of Peggy Carter. I shouldn't have done that. I'm so stupid. Natasha and Clint tried to comforting Steve. But...
Brian and I, we cannot bring comic knowledge to this. We cannot do this, Brian.
Please,
but
Steve, have a comforting.
But he kept shaking over and over again before standing up and rushing to the window. Steve, what are you doing? Clint asked, confused. This is what I get for being such a stupid idiot and ditching everything I love just to freeze myself, Captain America said, looking down and shedding a tear.
Because that's why he crashed the plane. He wanted to freeze himself.
I just really wanted to see what it would be like to freeze myself.
Natasha and Clint, finally figuring out what he meant, ran over and tried to stop him from jumping out the window, but Steve wouldn't stop. He took off his shield and threw it across the other window. Then he cried heavily. He turned around and said, I could do this all day. And right after and saying that, he punched the window and jumped out of it.
He said I could do this all day when talking about committing suicide.
He also, which I would say one could not do all day. He also got the quote wrong.
I'm like sweating. This is so funny. And right after saying that, he punched the window and jumped out of it. The final image was a picture of Captain America's shield, and then it faded out. The film ended with literally nothing. How do I know this? The lights went up right after, and it cut to black.
What the hell?
The thing that I love the most about bad creepypastas is they are written in a very specific way.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It is the cadence of Google Translate with the excitement of a 10-year-old.
Oh, yeah. That's a great way to say it.
Yeah. But it's like it's like a Google translated like New York Times article. Like there's weird details in there that don't feel attached to anything.
Well, and like a middle schooler writing a story where they're like, how do I know this? The lights went up right after and it cut to black, so don't fucking question me, bitch. I'm 12.
Taking a paragraph to describe what going to a movie is, but in the weirdest way possible.
Yep.
I was devastated.
What did they bring? Also, wait, no. This is a college student. This is a college student that went to see this movie.
Yes.
Of course.
There's not a 12-year-old.
I know.
It was a 12-year-old college student. They didn't feel the need to dwell on that.
Oh, it was Baby Genius.
It was Baby Genius.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Of the film Baby Geniuses.
I was devastated.
MCU film. Sorry.
Oh, okay. There's still more. Okay,
of
thank
course,
God.
yeah. There's more.
I was devastated. Captain America was my childhood superhero idol, my favorite Avenger, and my favorite symbol of patriotism besides the American flag itself.
Whoa.
Okay. Wow.
Wait, just real quick aside. Karen once said that Captain America being your favorite Avenger is like Thanksgiving being your favorite holiday.
Yes, and also like you.
He is my favorite Avenger, though.
It's like maining Mario in Mario Kart.
Yeah, which I
and also do. Brian, I was there when Karen said that.
Yeah, and you were personally insulted.
I was.
Anyway.
I can't believe it. This Captain America was the same Captain America who traveled back in time to restore the Infinity Stones to the proper locations while also reuniting with his past, just randomly decided to commit suicide for random reasons. This made no sense at all.
He hadn't done any of that yet.
I like the idea that the one in the flashback is an old man, though.
Yeah.
Like an old man. Like,
who did go back to spend time
the end's not coming fast enough.
Trembling with fear and sadness, I gathered my things at once more and walked out of the theater. I don't know.
So either he de-gathered his things, or he had to continue. He was still doing it.
And walked out of the theater, looking down at the ground while shedding tears. I told a ticket clerk named Mike about what happened in the theater, and he took me to the projection booth and found a dead body on the ground.
And Mike later became my husband.
Mike is saying, please leave me out of this.
Yeah. Both of us gasped in shock, and when we looked up, we saw a man holding a gun.
What?
The man said he wanted to see how the audience would react when they would see one of their beloved comic book characters commit suicide. I asked him why he would do such a thing like this, and he told me he hated Marvel Comics and the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
No.
And also he just wanted attention.
Oh.
This is absurd.
I love the idea of him yelling that and then just ending it with,
and also I just want attention.
Mike called the police immediately, and they came over in no time flat to arrest the man.
Hell yeah, Mike.
As if the man couldn't also just shoot the guy who wrote this and Mike.
There's a lot of questions. Yeah. Another question would be, why'd he wait until there was only one person left in the theater gathering his many things?
Well, and also, why did he kill the projectionist?
Also true.
Yeah, wait, if he wanted attention, why didn't he just do it in the middle of the movie?
Or before, as it was starting, yeah.
Yeah.
I went home, and after doing some research, parentheses, I was even able to catch his name. His name was Darren Walter, parentheses. I found out that he is a mass murderer. Before he became a mass murderer, he was actually working in Marvel Studios, and he was originally going to direct the first Avengers movie, but after he was told Joss Whedon, the director of the movie, had a far better direction, he was torn apart.
I love the world that this person lives in, where the two options to direct Avengers were Joss Whedon and Darren Walter.
Serial abuser Joss Whedon or serial murderer Darren Walter.
Well, he wasn't a serial murderer yet, so like.
Well, we didn't know it about Joss Whedon either, so.
Yeah. Darren believed that his version of a big screen Avengers movie was the best Avengers movie ever, so he started getting really, really angry after writing an angry letter to Joss Whedon that contained horrible things that I won't say.
I mean, fair. That's fine.
Yeah,
he was eventually fired. He was so angry after this that he killed everyone Joss loved, as well as anyone who liked the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Wait a minute. Whoa. Two impossible claims. Absolutely insane.
And how does this guy not know about these series of murders?
I'm pretty
sure he's so obsessed with the MCU.
Pretty sure most of Joss Whedon's loved ones are very,
important,
certifiably alive. And also this person loves the MCU and he didn't get killed.
Yes.
Right. And it says that he got fired after he killed all of Joss Whedon's loved ones.
No. After he sent mean letter.
Yes. So.
Oh, right.
He sent a mean letter. He got fired. He got mad, and he killed everyone Joss loved, as well as anyone who liked the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Now,
of course,
it doesn't sound like he ever got hired. Because
he
was already hired. He was working at Marvel Studios, and then was set up to direct a film, but then Joss Whedon was like, no, I have a better idea.
Right, he was the
janitor. I don't think that's how it works, but
anyway. This
Yeah.
person obviously knows the studio system better than us.
You're right. You're right. They do go to UC Berkeley.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Nolan. Do you go to UC Berkeley?
I don't go to UC Berkeley.
All right.
The next sentence is just, "This was shocking!" exclamation point.
I mean, shit.
Okay.
Right, you know. Yeah.
Everything he has said has shocked me so far.
After looking at more research, I found out that the devastating film I had witnessed was not made in 2007. It was made right after the wrap party of the 2012 Avengers movie. Darren tricked Chris Evans, Scarlett Johansson, and Jeremy Renner into being in it, and he knocked Joss Whedon unconscious to film the Captain America suicide movie.
Okay. Right.
I would love to see the trick. Yeah.
As you know, when you're directing a movie, you do have to watch over the actors at all times, including up until the wrap party.
Just in case they get tricked into filming a suicide scene.
Guys.
Exactly.
This next part's very important.
Okay.
Chris Evans did not commit suicide.
Oh, thank God.
But after jumping off of the set that Darren made a death threat if he wasn't gonna do it, he was badly injured.
Oh,
That's
man.
a great sentence.
He was originally going to include this as a scene of the movie, but then Joss Whedon eventually found out and attempted to burn the film reel of it because they're shooting this on film, apparently.
They shot only this part on film. Also, I like that he just kept knocking out Joss Whedon to be in the editing bay, and then
Stop. Darren eventually recovered it and showed it to a bunch of cinemas that played any of the Avengers movies by killing the projectionists. By killing the projectors. Parentheses, the people who project the movie on the screen. No, that's not what they're called.
Yeah, that is what they're called.
My brain corrected it to projectionists.
By killing the Transformers, he was able to show the films.
Including this one. Darren, after numerous attempts of breaking out of prison that I read about online, was finally sentenced for life in an extremely secure prison.
Cool.
I'm just amazed that Joss Whedon never said anything about this guy.
Yeah.
He killed everyone that Joss Whedon loved.
I mean, yeah. I was too scared to sleep that night. I did not feel safe at all. Knowing this person as a mentally insane psychopath who targeted anyone who liked the MCU, I didn't want to end up like all of the other people that he killed. I mean, sure, he's sentenced for life, but you never know if he could break out of prison.
Yeah, you never know.
Yeah.
I had nightmares for weeks, and I kept thinking of why somebody would do such a thing like this, but it didn't destroy my love for this giant film series.
Oh, thank God. That's good.
I still love the MCU. I'm still a big fan of Captain America. I'm not going to let some psychopath ruin my passion for such a great film series. I just hope I never have to witness something like that ever again.
Hell yeah.
This feels like someone made fun of the author for liking Marvel.
Yeah.
And this is what he did in response.
Oh, yeah. That was absolutely what happened. I would go so far as to say that the name of the serial killer is probably the name of the person who made fun of him. And
There's
Mike is probably his best
of
friend.
This. I'm only halfway through it.
Excuse me?
Wait, what?
But we can return to it in another episode because I feel like that's a good stopping point.
Let's do a part 2 of this.
Yeah, we need to do a part 2. One last thing I wanted to mention about this though is that what was the killer's name? Darren
Walter.
Darren Walter.
True first name looking ass.
Is a shit serial killer because he's been killing everyone who likes Avengers since the first Avengers came out, and Avengers Endgame made
like billions
all
of dollars.
Of the money.
Right. He didn't get enough people, I don't think.
Yeah, literally every person saw Endgame, so I feel like he didn't do a very good job.
For some reason, I'm picturing Corey Stoll as in the guy who plays Yellow Jacket in the first Ant-Man movie. Yeah. That's Darren Walter to me.
I think Darren Walter to me is more of an idea, a beautiful idea.
He's a concept.
Yeah. I see that. I understand.
If somebody is acting like the MCU is terrible and bad, you just call them, a Darren Walter.
Yeah,
we all know
a real Darren Walter about this right now.
Fucking Martin Scorsese's a real Darren Walter.
He is a real Darren Walter. As much as I love him, he is a Darren Walter.
Oh, God. So I guess, just make sure, everybody out there, make sure you're not the Darren Walter of your personal reality.
And also bring a bunch of things to the movie theater next time they open so that you can spend all your time trying to get your things back together that you spread out during the middle of the movie so that you can see the creepy suicide film of Captain America.
Yeah,
so
it plays at the end of every movie.
Bad ones have suicide in them.
Yep. Yeah, they all really do. They all do.
Yep.
All right.
Excelsior.
Excelsior indeed.
Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Look at us on iTunes, Spotify, YouTube, whatever.
We're all over the G-dang place.
Follow us on Instagram at GhoulSchoolPod. Send us an email at ghoulschoolofficial@gmail.com. We'll see you next week.
See you next week.
Excelsior.